We have a hard time in the contact center industry advocating for ourselves. We have a hard time proving our value to the rest of the organization, even though we talk to the highest authority in the business, the customer, every day, way more than anybody else does. And we feel more like a support department. And I think that's just probably the polar opposite of what you've created here. So I'd love to get in and just start with maybe even your philosophy about thinking about a contact center from a point of view of what kind of value you can create for the rest of the organization.
For sure. I mean, first things first, if a contact center is not able to answer calls and help a client, it's failing. So, lucky for me, we are a robust team and we have people who are focused all day long on that problem, making sure we've got the right agents, making sure that they're talented, that they have the right information, making sure that our behind the scenes technology works. Like everybody is playing their role and doing their thing. So, because of that, I think it frees up capacity for teams like mine to then really go in and say, okay, we've got all this information. What does that mean to us and how can we use it more effectively? And so, I think oftentimes a lot of places in the contact center tend to be a side thought. Clients are just calling, you're just answering questions, move them through your queue. We were able to really gain a seat at the table because we were able to start to bring very rich insights about who our clients are and what they do, not just from a loudest voice in the room kind of perspective, not just because we went out there and the one agent was screaming at the top of their lungs that we have a problem over here and clients are calling about this, but because we were actually able to harness the power of all the data, put it into actual visualizations, run analytics against it, and then present it in a way that our business partners are comfortable understanding and seeing. So, really, that transformation of just operational mindset of get through the day to let's take a step back. Let's really put some rigor around this. Let's make sure that the information is not only correct, but also valuable. And then let's come with data led conversations to our business partners, I think is what ultimately gave us that seat at the table.
Just to be clear, how many of those other departments or the C-suite were coming to you and saying, I need more data-led conversations from you, or you had to just take the bull by the horns and you had to prove, you had to create those conversations because nobody was asking for, nobody was expecting that.
I think people were expecting for high level call driver summarization, nothing deep, nothing insightful, nothing strategy driven, if you will. We really had to go on a roadshow. Like we had to go out there and we had to say, not only do we have all this information, but this is what this then means to you. And what that means to our partners in the consumer bank is totally different than our commercial partners. And making sure that we understood what priorities were in each area to then be able to align our data and our kind of visualizations and our story, if you will, was really important. Since we've done that, now those partners are knocking on our door. And now I have dedicated teammates on my team who are responsible for client insights for consumer and for commercial. So we no longer are begging to get the seat at the table. People are coming to us asking for those types of insights. We just had someone come to us in our consumer bank. We're looking to expand in a certain territory. And so they wanted to know from a geographical perspective, what are our clients calling about in that area? And is there any insights there that can help inform the strategy for us to enhance and improve and expand our branch footprint? We've got clients or teammates, I should say, who come to us from the commercial side. They're looking to create a much more streamlined user experience from a commercial servicing perspective. Commercial banking is big and it's clunky. There's a many to many relationship. You've got many people at an organization who face off with many different people within a bank. They've got complex financial solutions and problems. And so, how do we make that easier to service them? And part of what they needed to really understand was, well, what are we even servicing them today? And what are the volumes against that? So we can start to prioritize where we're going to focus our time, effort, and money. So the contact center really was like the leader in helping to drive that strategy because we were the forefront of collecting all of that servicing data to say, here's who your client population is. And this is what they do when they call us. And this is what they talk about. And then this is what we do on their behalf when we submit a service request. So I think it's really cool that we're not just giving out our standard KPIs of AHT or average service, any of those. We're now really helping to lead product strategy, servicing strategy. And there's so many more examples of that.